guys, King Kaiju here. Today I wanted to review another one of my Christmas figures that I got, and that is Mecha-King Ghidorah. This is definitely one of the bigger figures I got, if not the biggest figure. Not because of height, but mainly because of the wingspan. It is huge. Actually, I'm just gonna have to move my camera back a little bit so you can see how massive it is. But for now, I'm actually just going to fold up the wings so that it's a bit easier for you guys to see the entire figure. But anyway, let's get on to detail. Detail on this figure is really nice. I'll start with the two main heads. The two main heads are very nicely detailed. You can see all the golden scales along them. On the face, you can see nice little wrinkles in the horns. And the face itself actually has some really incredible detail. The eyes are painted nicely, the teeth sadly not individually sculpted, but it's really not that big of a deal. The other head is just as well sculpted. You can also see a little bit of mechanical detail along it at the front. And then the main mechanical head is also very nicely detailed. There's a couple scuffs, but that is again because I got this as a used figure, like Rayonic Burst Gamora, and it does not bother me that much. Very nice mechanical detail along the top and front of the face. The underside is also very nicely detailed. And we'll move on to the chest now. The chest is very nicely detailed as well. I really like these black highlights that are on these parts of the chest. The unpainted parts, they're not too bad. I would have liked just maybe some shading. Not as dark as this, but still some shading. I think this is the cockpit. This is where the human would operate Mecha-King Ghidorah, I'm pretty sure. To the back, I think this is the jet. This is how it would fly. There's the base of the neck, by the way. We'll actually fold out the wings for this part. I'll fold out one of them because they're basically the exact same, but very nice looking. I love these parts right here. The main parts of the wings, the membrane, I guess you could call it. I would have maybe liked some shading here too, but I still do like the metallic paint. The back side of the wings are also very nicely painted. You get more of those black highlights. More scuffs, but still not a problem for me. Fold that wing back up. Like I said, the other wing is basically the exact same. Down to the legs, we get more of that nice scale detail, and I believe these are ankle guards, and they're very nicely detailed as well. We got some legal stuff on the underneath of the feet. Then to the tail, it is also very nicely detailed and painted. You get two little mechanical parts at the end of its tail. So this guy originally had 4 points of articulation, that being both wings can rotate, and the legs could also rotate. After a little bit of playing around with it, I managed to get the glue seal that was on the tail broken. So now you can move the tail as well. So that is 5 points of articulation. Now on to sizing. Let's get a couple of figures for Mecha-King Ghidorah to scale up with. Let's compare him with his main enemy, Godzilla. Now, if I do remember correctly, Mecha-King Ghidorah should be a lot bigger, like a head taller than Godzilla here. However, I'm not too concerned with sizing on it. It's not that bad, as if you want to do a side comparison, the wings are taller than Godzilla, and they do make Mecha-King Ghidorah taller. But just a head-on perspective, I would have maybe liked him at least a head taller than his companion here. Now we'll compare him to another Heisei Godzilla enemy, Destoroyah. Destoroyah is not as tall, or maybe just as tall as the Mecha-King Ghidorah figure. Actually, this little part right here is a bit taller than Destoroyah. When I actually do review Destoroyah, I will talk about his sizing. But next to Mecha-King Ghidorah, if these were actually in scale with Godzilla, this would probably be pretty accurate. I think Mecha-King Ghidorah would maybe be a bit taller than Destoroyah, but they're about the same size, which in the Heisei continuity is, I'm pretty sure, close enough. And we'll compare Mecha-King Ghidorah to another mechanical Heisei monster, Ghidorah. I do think Ghidorah is very oversized. Ghidorah is actually taller than Mecha-King Ghidorah. Well, not at the wings, but at the main head itself is taller. So yeah, that's my review of Mecha-King Ghidorah. I do think it has a couple of problems, mainly the sizing. I do think that it should be a little bit taller than it is, but it's not that big of a deal. I think that the painting and sculpting is amazing. The articulation, it is also very good. But with that sizing, I'm gonna have to give this figure like a 4 out of 5. I wish it was a bit bigger, but overall, it's not too bad, and I do recommend that if you find this guy for a decent price, do get him. So thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.